How's it
tell you,
been? How's everything been? I feel like it's been a while, but it really hasn't
it's
to
been a
me.
minute. Yeah,
It
I'm
feels
trying to
like it
line
has,
up
but it hasn't.
schedules and everything. Um, I saw a UFO the other day.
What?
Let
Wait,
me
we got
let
we
me let me tell you about it.
Get ready to line up and level up with High Level Chronicles, a captivating podcast that brings together gaming, cannabis, and engaging conversations.
What is up, levelers? Welcome back to High Level Chronicles, the only podcast where your moral alignment depends on your KD ratio and your weed strain of choice. I'm your host, Chris, the chaotic neutral of this show, and I'm flying high today on some Oreo cookies and deep in thought
Oh,
also about some digital legends. Of course, Paul's with me as always, and I am sure we'll find out what strain he's, leveling up on during that segment. But judging by the look in his eyes, I don't know. He's either unlocking the secrets of the universe or he left the oven on. Can't really tell, but something.
not
Either
really.
way. Today's episode is a battle royale of the best kind, most legendary video game heroes, and the nastiest, most diabolical villains ever coded into existence. We're talking sword swingers, galaxy savers, boss fight nightmares. It's heroes versus villains, baby. You ready for this one, man? I think
Yeah,
this is gonna be a fun one.
I thought this was gonna be really. I definitely have it in the back of my head, and then I put.
Mm,
Be interesting to see what you have as well.
yeah, we'll definitely be figuring all that out. But before we get deep into the battle of the baddest and boldest, let's check in with you guys, the levelers. Let's see what you've been blazing through this week. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Leveled Up. It's my favorite part of the show. I don't know if it's Paul's favorite part, but it's my favorite part of the show, where it's where we let you know that what we've been leveling up on, whether it's in what you've been leveling up on, whether it's cannabis, consoles, TVs, or movie screens, or some wild ass combo of all the above. Well, let's start with the levelers this week. What do you say
Yeah, man.
before we jump into all of our shit?
Absolutely. So let's kick it off with Couch Locked Carl.
I feel like I've had that name before. I saw that one come up. I feel like we've had Couch Lock. I can't remember. I think it's been a while, but I feel like Couch Lock Carl has been
Some
on
of
the show before.
some of these names, man, it's but yeah, that does ring a bell. But anyway, they say that they are leveled up on a banana cream space dust, which again, that is a top tier strain name. I booted up some Elden Ring. It got so I and called it a boss fight. Tree did not respond. Still felt victorious. Yeah, no, it's I never got into all like the emotions, but or it's, I guess, but I think they unlock like certain weird shit if you do the right one at the right time place. Also have at HGT Bendo says smoked some alien funk diesel and crushed a 15 kill streak in the BF beta. I
Battlefields.
forgot to save the clip. Honestly, that hurts worse than the weed cough.
Forgot.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they're a streamer.
Forgot to save the clip.
Yeah. Or they're just a
But
liar.
we believe you, though. We believe you, man. We
For
don't.
sure.
No
Yeah.
cap.
And then at Baltimore Berry 97 says he's playing Street Fighter 6 high on strawberry cough that has turned me into a philosophical monk. I lost 12 matches and achieved inner peace. I was going to say, that's a little odd. You're playing Street Fighter, but you're feeling pacifist about it when fighting is in the name. But that's what we have for the level up section tonight.
Awesome. Well, shout out to all you for leveling up, breaking down, getting weird in the best ways possible. If you want to be featured on the next episode, well, send in your high level thoughts for the leveled up segment to highlevelchronicles.com or any of your favorite social media at HLC Podcast 420. Paul, I'm gonna kick it over to you to start, man. What have you been leveling up on lately, man? What's up, bro?
I'm going to
How's
tell
it
you.
been? How's everything been? I feel like it's been a while, but it really
It's
hasn't.
it's been a minute. Yeah,
It
I'm
feels
trying to
like it
line
has,
up
but it
schedules
hasn't.
and everything. Um, I saw a UFO the other day.
What?
Let
Wait, we
me
got
let
we
me let me tell you about it. I had to do it before the level up section where I was walking my dog and we're at like a park that we live nearby and we're at the park and I look up and I'm like, hey, what am I looking at right now? To my wife, like, I don't know what that shit is. but it was just a bright light or two in the sky that had distorted light waves coming off it, and the distortion was moving with the light, and
And it
they're
was
sideways. It was stopping at certain points, and there were 7 little drones that I could see coming off it, and I'm like, UFO, like, it's is this a star? Is something? But planes always have those beeping lights, even if it's just a white light. This was not beeping. This was just like right there, moving very fast. And actually, if you want to see a picture of it, I was not the only person that saw this. It was all over the Frederick Reddit page, and some guy got a clear shot at it. But it was only in the sky for a few minutes and just
yeah, I saw
sailed
it.
it out of there.
My buddy Ruben, he got a video of it, like a clear as
Shit, so
fuck
you know what I'm
video.
talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just one of the SpaceX rocket. It was the
Well,
decombustion coming back down. It was coming back down
it's
is what
coming
it
back down
was. Yeah, whatever
because
it
I
was.
saw somebody
What do you
say
I don't even know
something
what they
that's
call it.
something was shot up that night that morning, and we saw it in the night. And I was like, well, that was like 12 hours ago. Like, is
A
it, it's in
deorbit
still?
burn, that's what it was doing, is it was coming out, slowing down. Yep. Yeah, it was crazy looking 'cause the way it was shaped in his video was weird as fuck, like, with the
Yeah,
lights
yeah.
and stuff, but
The just constant bright light and distortion. I'm not sure if you ever saw Nope, but there's like a cloud and that's always hiding the alien. Is sort of like, and it was all distorted. It's kind of like that. But yeah, SpaceX, maybe it was
yeah,
anyway, I've been level up on a few things. Some
nice.
Northern Lights had
Okay.
some mini pre-rolls of trying
Nice.
to see some Northern Lights. Doesn't work though.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And then I stumbled upon a very odd game. My sister came over and she's like, let's do some shit and see what it is. So we downloaded this game called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist or Xeno like that. And it's I guess it's a type. It's kind of all decision based. Um, I don't know if that's like kind of like a sim or something. You started as a arriving on this new planet, and then it goes to age 20, and like all that time you're advancing different parts, leveling up in different areas, strengthening. It's very odd. There's a weird
Well, this
card
sounds
game.
like a fucking episode of Rick and Morty.
It was a little bit like that, and then 2 people died, like a little kid, and then eventually their dad died. And I was like, oh, I guess like death just happens in this game. And then I was looking into it later, and they're like, oh no, like these people can definitely live to the end, like because of decisions you've made that you don't know the consequences. Like people die, and I was just like, this is the no like real action. You kind of move around in like a little 2-dimensional a person, and then you kind of grow up, you go through like adolescence on this planet where people are dying and you're trying to learn shit, and it's very different than anything I've played. And we just like fucked around with it for like an hour or so. It's just like, all right, well, we got to age 11, I'm out of here.
There is a
um I don't know if I'm gonna come back to it, but it was different.
there was a Rick and Morty episode where I don't know if I think it was called, I don't even remember what they called it, but it was fucking about that. You were a character and you started as like a little kid and worked your way up as old as you could get, whoever made it the oldest. It was well, I said it sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, yeah. Sci-fi, little kids, old people, like, there's aliens out there and they don't want you to explore the like, the confines of the encampment or whatever, but you can sneak out, and I don't know. It was definitely interesting. And then the watch oh what? Oh, it caught some of the new South Park that came out, which is just absolutely insane. I don't know if you've seen some of the new episodes, but it's
Yeah,
wild.
so there was, I guess, an episode, I don't know, it's probably been a month now, and it was something I don't even remember what it was. It was presidential related, and
Oh yeah.
everybody at the gym was sharing it that morning. The next morning, it was
They're using like AI for like a naked Trump or something. I don't know. It was pretty good. I think there's a few more out now, but
I
yeah,
think we're not
that's
in China, we'd be fucking in prison
yeah.
just for watching it.
Oh yeah, that's their Pooh Bear dictator over there. How about what's on your level up
Well, shit.
agenda?
So, as I said in the little intro there, man, I got some Oreo cookies. So this is I picked up called Oreo cookies. It came in a glass jar. It's nice. Got an ounce of it. Nice It's real nice. So nice to wind down, relax. It's not as much a couch lock as it is a chair lock, getting gaming locked, locking in.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I'm
That
saying?
sounds
Like
good.
just relaxing down and focusing, nice. Just, it's
Yeah,
real
yeah.
nice. The problem with it is the name of the fucking Oreo cookies. And let me tell you why. It's have you fucking craving Oreos, bro. Follow strain. It gives you the fucking munchies. Like you want to eat everything in fucking sight. You know how some of those
Has
strains do that?
Nabisco gotten into the weed game and just
Damn,
start?
I'm wondering, yeah, dude, but the munchies it brings on, but hey, sometimes that's the price you pay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
certainly do.
it tastes really good. I think the terps on it are right around 3%, so a little above average compared to what you buy at a dispensary around here. Because it's not from around here. And smoking it out of my freeze pipe because it's just fucking the best. And drinking this, remember a few episodes back, I was drinking the AU vodka. I've drank it a few times on the show.
Sure.
They
Yeah.
came out with this new shit. It's just mixed in a can already. So I ordered some gold cans, of course, because all their bottles are gold.
Yeah.
And this is the blue raspberry. So it's not bad. It's pretty good. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege lately. Reason being, I don't know what I saw. It was like the anniversary or something of it. Maybe. I was like, oh, it's free, whatever. I quit playing Call of Duty. I just got tired of all that bullshit and been playing all the RPGs. So I
Sure.
was like, let me get back into a shooter. Let me just get back into some shooting and stuff. Dude, I've just been hooked on it. I haven't played it in 10, 15 years. I mean, it's that old for sure. But it's been forever. But they've redone, everything in it. And it's fun. It's been grinding and unlocking characters. Yeah.
Nice.
Still waiting to finish Split.
Schedule's a bit. Well, I've been out every day.
Yeah, it's
I will have some time
hectic.
though. I'll be
There'll
around.
be a little bit of downtime.
Yeah, I got a little surgery coming up, so I'll
bring you some goodies. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
When you're down. But yeah, man, and we went and saw Weapons. You heard of that movie?
My wife really wants to see it. She said it, or we were talking to some people about it, and they said top notch, really good movie. Do you like it? I assume no. That was
Man,
that's
it's
an
so hard to
underwhelming.
say. It was very underwhelming, the movie. Let me just say that. It was underwhelming, to say the least. I saw all this hype everywhere about it. And I really like, what's her name? Julia Gardner? Because Ozark. Dude, she's best actress in that show. Like, she stole the show in Ozark. And I was like, I'll give, I really want to see it. It was hyped up, and the King said it was one of the best horror flicks of all time, of 2025. And so I'm like, okay, let's go fucking see it. Let's go to the $7, cheap ass Tuesdays at the warehouse. And dude, I thought it was more a comedy than a fucking horror movie. That was, I don't know. I don't want to give anything away because it's still in theaters right now as we speak. But the ending, I was like, wait, that's it? That's the end of the movie? Any fucking thing whatsoever. Like, I'll just say that. There's way, way, way too many. There's no explanation at all. You know the premise of the movie, right?
I just know it's a horror movie. And I'm
Man,
probably gonna see it.
I'm gonna use the word horror very fucking lightly, because to me, I love horror movies.
I know,
And The Terrifier, that's a horror movie, right? This is like I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of something like it's Shalamalam, Lamalalam, whatever you call him. Like one of his fucking movies. Like, it has this like no real reason to it. Like this, and then there's this big twist at the end. And twist is just never no explanation for shit. Like the premise of the movie is all these kids in this one classroom, except for one, disappear one night at 2:17 in the morning. They all ran out of their house at 2:17 in the morning. They all ran away. Not one person saw where they went. And all the ring cameras just saw them running away. Nobody knew. So that's the whole premise of the movie. Where these fucking kids go? They're blaming the teacher, which is Julia Gardner. And then there's that one kid that they won't even let her talk to because teacher-kid relationship laws, whatever it may be. Like whatever. That's all I'm gonna say. There's nothing. That's all it was. That's his movie right there.
Yeah, I'm on the wiki right now. I guess they're calling it a mystery horror.
It's still a mystery because there was no motherfucking ending to it. It just ended. It's a fucking mystery for sure. Absolutely. That's what it is. So yeah, went and saw that. I had such high hopes because I love horror, but yeah, it was a big letdown for me as a true horror fan. But on the bright side, I did see that Terrifier 4, for all you Terrifier, started production. and it will be the very final Terrifier, and it will be the finale of Art the Clown. So got that to look forward to. We also I just finished watching The Bear, the latest season of that. Bear.
My wife got into it and then just kind of watched it without me. Cardinal
Hmm.
sin. So now maybe that's something I can get into when I have some time, some downtime here coming up. So
Yeah, I love the first season. Second season was pretty good. This last season was just shit, utter shit. So far, it's
yeah,
boring. This season was so fucking boring. So now I think you watch Reacher. You ever watch Reacher? I
I
haven't
have
seen the
not.
newest season yet, so might start that now.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
got dragged to Freakier Friday.
God, really?
That was a tough watch. That was terrible,
Did you watch the
terrible, terrible
original one?
movie. I did not watch it, but I know that like it's supposed to be kind of nostalgic because Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. I guess that was the swap the first time, or people swapping with each other, and it was
But
yeah,
they're
it
in it,
was.
right?
Oh yeah, Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis,
Say
Lindsay
they all
Lohan as a
reprise their roles,
daughter.
right?
Yeah, but they're like now it's the
It's their
grandmother,
kids
the
now,
mother. Yeah.
right?
Well, no,
Yeah.
they're still. It's a four-way swap. So they have a daughter who has an enemy, and then Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, and the four of them swap, and they all
Yeah.
learn something about each. Yeah,
Dude,
it's atrocious.
I'm really getting upset with all these money grabs of past movies just to try to make a buck.
That
You know what I
is
mean? Trying to make something off a classic movie because I never watched but my wife loved it. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
It's their childhood stuff. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But what the fuck do I care about it? But even that, they're ruining it by trying to do cash. That they've done it with all kinds of shit. Like all these old shit they try to bring back for cash grabs and they fail epically.
Millennials will pay a lot for nostalgia. I think
That's the fucking truth.
there's a big part to that where it's just like, hey, remember this shit that was great when when the world was all right, and you're just gliding through adolescence. Let's take you back to that time. Just $50 a pop here, but also, I mean, maybe this is new, but the reboots coming up. Like I think King of the Way with their reboot, I heard that was the best.
Dexter reboot got canceled already.
Well, yeah, they've squeezed so much out of Dexter. There was that, then there was like him as a kid, and then there was like, oh yeah, I think it was a reboot, or it
They
was
brought him back to life.
original, yeah, yeah, and it was,
Original Sins.
yeah. I was like, why are we doing so many Dexters? I feel like that was like an interesting concept, and then oh, maybe we can get some money. And I have Paramount Plus, but you need Paramount like Plus exclusive to watch or like another tier, and I was like, this
Bruh.
is out of control.
This streaming shit is getting out of fucking hand. Like I am dead ass serious. Like there's one thing I pay for ESPN Plus, and I pay for that for the UFC fights because you have to fucking have it to buy the UFC fights. That's the way it's been for the last 5 years. It's
Taking
fucking
the pay-per-view,
they took over it.
yeah,
Now WWE is going to ESPN starting next year. But not the ES. Oh, no. A separate subscription one. It's $30 a fucking month. What the fuck is this shit? So you got ESPN Plus and the ESPN One, separate fucking things that you have to pay. Fuck that. I'm not paying for this shit anymore, man. Like, everybody bitched about cable going up in price because all this stuff was included in cable. Now everything's separate, but you have to buy everything to watch one thing. Like, you have to buy one or two things to get one thing. It's getting out of hand. Oh my God.
I'm very lucky where I have a lot, but it's all friends and family sharing stuff. Like
Yeah, but you
I
see how
might just
fast they're
pay for
cracking down on this shit
Netflix.
right now?
They're trying
Like
to.
right now, they're cracking down really hard on
They're
that
trying
stuff.
to. Yep, for sure.
Apple TV just announced they're going up 30% every month. So not $9.99 anymore. It's like $12.99 or $13.99 or something. Yeah, it's getting out of hand, man. Everything's going up in price. Oh fuck, that's a whole other episode. You know what? That's streaming services are becoming the villains.
There you go. There's the segue.
But we're not going to start with villains, man. I want to start with you want to talk heroes?
Yes.
Let's talk about the legends, man, like the heroes of the video game world. Because we're only talking video game heroes and villains, y'all. Not just this is video game heroes and legends.
Yeah.
And I have my number one, but I have so many. I don't want to do like a list. I don't want to do that. I just want to kind of banter back and forth about like who might be good picks or whatever. Because I feel like the list things just become
yeah. Yeah, and so tonight with the try to whittle it down there because I feel like
Oh
there's
my
so
god, I
much.
got like 500, man.
I mean, we're doing a list.
Well,
Yeah, but
not like a
there's
list, but I just
certainly
wanted to
some
throw
like
some out
honorable
there.
mention. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So some that I was because I tried to at least talk about ones that I've played, but there's so many iconic ones that like I've just kind of maybe you just see or you hear about it when people talk about like the best games, antagonists, things like that. So I'll start with some of the ones that I've played, and then we'll get into some. So we're starting with heroes. Why don't you kick us off with one of the
Well,
best heroes in video games?
Link. It's where I start,
Interesting.
one of the ones I started, I mean, you could almost try to say Mario's the hero in a sense, right? I mean, trying to save the queen, but
So I have thoughts, but I'll let you give me your pitch.
but Link, so it has the Legend of Zelda, right? He's silent but deadly, right? Saving Hyrule Ward, Shield, and Arsenal of Gas. That na 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 when he opens the chest, it's just oh man,
Right,
it's like,
right,
but
yeah.
it's just a nostalgia for me because that was on Nintendo, the very first game. It was a gold cartridge, and everything stands out to me as the first true me or like hero saving game type of thing.
Mhm.
So I got
I
Link.
I think
I think Link's a good hero that it could be on anybody's list.
I thought about putting him on my list, and I didn't because I separate The Legend of Zelda, which is just an S tier type series from, just so many great titles, including the recent ones on the Switch. But I don't particularly care for Link as a hero. He doesn't talk. They're so fun. I have somebody else from that franchise. I was like a lot of hiya is like and so like talk like he says things like I guess no one's really voiced him. I heard that there's a movie coming out, and I wondered how that's gonna
Yeah, I want
happen.
to
I was
see. I was
like, I was
really,
like, what does
and the
this man have no
characters actually look
lines?
really good. I mean,
Yeah,
the people they picked for him, I think it'll be. I don't know,
yeah. And so and I didn't.
money grab,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it even if it's terrible.
of
But
course.
I didn't put him for the same reason I put Mario. I feel like Nick and so many great games. I think he's just sort of he was the first like stand by, and I think you can argue the iconic.
Over 30
He's the
years,
face. Yeah,
universally beloved. He's platforming perfection.
yeah.
Plumber. He's showing that everybody can be. You can have that swag and be a plumber,
As an image, but like there's not a lot of Mario lore. There's more and
right? Yeah,
interesting
just
stuff.
yeah.
I don't know because so that's why I thought this was being interesting. So you have Link, and I totally understand that. I'm gonna start. Yeah.
I want to try something here. I want to try to
Okay.
guess one that's on your list. Whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have, but I want to
Sure.
try to guess ones. What about and what about in the games you have played and type
Oh,
of games you
okay.
played?
All right.
Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna start with another hero that is on my list. Doesn't really matter. I don't. My list isn't like I said. I mean, Link was my top, but all the rest are just off the top of the head. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
But I gotta say, Geralt.
That is literally who I was just about to talk about.
All right. See, look, I'm
Geralt
reading.
Olivia.
Look, we're right there, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. The Witcher.
Yes.
All
So
right.
not only uh is there I think there's three Witcher games and a couple spin-offs, but I think that when you play The Witcher, you get these sort of moral endeavor. And in some cases there is no good decision. Like you can kill a bunch of kids or have them killed or save the kids, but then like somebody else died. And it's just like so I think that he's just very interesting. I mean, so many novels, so like give him like a huge story. When Mario is, well, I guess in the later games, yeah,
I knew
it's
it.
three
I knew he'd
dimension.
be on your list. That's why I
Yeah,
say I knew he was on my list because I mean, like you said, he's iconic because he's a what's the word I want to use? Gravel voice monster hunter with a
yes,
soft spot for his adopted daughter and every barmaid in the continent.
he
But the
is a
storytelling, the brutal combat wrapped with dry sarcasm,
kind of like a James Bond, but of
classic,
a fantasy instead of
classic.
spy. So yeah, he's been around for I think like since the '80s, really, at least in some form or the other. And but it seems to me that the books are really just trying to platform Siri, his daughter, or adopted
Mm,
daughter, because that is Witcher 4 coming out at next year.
I know you're
And
excited for that.
oh, I am ready. And that Ciri finally gets her turn, succeeding Geralt as the Witcher.
Is it
So
Geralt? I always say
Geralt, yeah,
Geralt.
it's hundred
I guess
percent
so
Geralt.
because it GIF. It's GIF. You got a GIF?
Yeah,
Funny GIF. Right. Yeah, I guess
but
it
it
makes
would
sense.
be Gerald, like if someone with a D. So Geralt, Gerald. I don't know. All right, who else you got?
What about maybe this person might be on your list? What about Kratos?
He
God of
is
War.
fantastic. I have played God of War very sparingly, speak to all of his like background and stuff, but I know that he is like when you look at like a Mount Rushmore of maybe not top tier, but very close.
No,
And
he's at the very top. He's definitely
is he
towards
at
the
the
top.
top for you?
There's no way. Not even for me. I'm not talking about.
So iconic too.
I'm
But
not even
the
amazed, like
in
a
the
major God of War fan. I've played him, but I'm not like all in. But dude, I don't know.
some of the
He
stuff that
went.
I've
This guy
seen
went from angry Greek god killer to emotionally broken, wise-ish dad with a beard and a motherfucking axe. Rage-fueled redemption arc. Most satisfying combat in gaming. The combat in that game is great. I mean, it
for
is.
sure.
It's great. So, I mean, I think he's one of the greatest
I
heroes
think
in
he was
gaming
hard to keep
history.
off any like top 5, top 10 list of
Yeah, for sure.
most
So he wasn't on your list,
just
though?
faces. Wasn't on my list.
What a
I thought about putting
Okay.
him on,
Let me think here.
but he was definitely someone I thought we were gonna talk about.
Who else you got? Because I'm trying to think. You got,
So, yeah, we're trying going off and this may be there's a lot of great heroes in this franchise, of Assassin's Creed.
I don't have anybody from Assassin's Creed on my list.
So this one, it played, first one I played, and there's a couple others I've played after that. I'm like, that was fine. Like, it was, entertaining, but, like, this third like, one of the games that kind of, like, it's like, "Did I beat this game, or did it beat me in my soul, like, emotionally?" Because it just his whole the guy is Edward Kenny. He was from Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, the golden age of piracy.
I didn't play that one. That's one of them I didn't play.
My god. So not only is the game fun as hell, where you have a pirate ship, you're going all around, uh, the Caribbean, I guess, um, and doing really fun shit. But he cut the way he's not even an assassin. He like kills an assassin and is like, I think I'll just take over this guy's like identity, and become and just kind of stumbles into the Brotherhood of Assassins, and then has to gets betrayed and has to systematically murder or assassinate like famous pirates and people that he was friends with, and now he has to go out and like kill his friends essentially, and then like they play the parting glass as he leaves, and he sees all his old comrades, and then like sails off into the sun with his daughter, finding out that like his like wife had died and he has a kid.
I stopped it, or I didn't stop. I stopped
Mm.
the British Templar, colonial
Yeah, I'm
America.
like
That one.
kind of muddling my way through that one right now.
That one was the one I
It's
played
fine.
last, and that one was the last one I played because that one kind of gave me. It was like it was all right.
It
It
was all
wasn't
right.
like so. I didn't give Black Flag a chance, and I didn't play another Assassin's Creed until God, what was the last one I played? I can't even tell you. It
Yeah.
might have. It's been a while.
So yeah, so I know Enzio and like Altair, I think, were some of the older ones, or like from like the Age of Antiquity or whatever. But and then they have some great stories and tragic flaws and stuff. But for me, Edward Kenny, just
I think it
first
was
class
Syndicate.
writing and gameplay. Syndicate, that
I think
was
Assassin's Creed Syndicate was probably the last one. When it was the last one I attempted to play. I don't even think I finished it. Honestly,
yeah.
I
Well,
think it
I
was on
think they
PlayStation.
kind of ended like the main story in Assassin's Creed 3. I think the
Yeah,
main
everything
guy
after that
dies,
was
I think,
like
and stuff. So you could see going to 4 would be like a cash grab because it's just it doesn't really follow the main plot anymore. But I don't know. I paid for it again, man. Like it was great. And then they tried to do it again with Assassin's Creed Rogue, which like was supposed to come out like right. I got it like as a package, and Rogue just was not as great. It was the same kind of thing. You sail around the northern Atlantic, but it wasn't as it's just like, hey, let's do this again. Not as well written, not as writing a hero or a protagonist. That was some top notch.
All right, what if your traditional hero, but layered with vengeful trauma, resilience? Ellie from The Last of Us. I think she is
Into her a lot.
she goes from Ivor,
Mhm.
to a morally gray, Avenger, but very
That's what
deep
yeah.
with that character.
Yeah, that's one I have where
Really?
yeah, I think, you don't see a lot of female protagonists, let alone a little girl. Like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what other is, like, based around maybe Siri kind of, but Geralt really outshines her in most of them. But I think that, again, it's like a post-apocalyptic future where some seem genre. Some seem just like so like, "Oh, like, this is so crazy." Like, the military would get involved or something, but the way that they make that world come alive, and then especially if you're thinking about how the adaptations, which I think are pretty spot on with the HBO show. Um,
Pretty much.
no, she's a great character.
You know who else I like? Halo.
But I think of him in the same iconic way of Kratos, where
Spartan badass, but he's like he rarely speaks, still manages to inspire armies, carries the weight of humanity on his back, makes it look easy. He's
yeah, he, yeah, lines for him,
mm,
but really, really iconic and be to listen. So, but again, just sort of that helmet next to Kratos, like a pantheon. They're definitely there. And then, I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan, and the most bar that a lot of people would know would be the Dragonborn, which is the protagonist in Elder Scrolls 5. And I think that one's kind of interesting because that's a character that you can have a lot of games. It's just like, this is the ending, and this is you did everything right, and then they say, but there are so many different ways that different endings can go based on your choices, which I think just really bring a kind of we've been playing Wukong. There's not a lot of variation in Wukong. Like, you're gonna, although I heard there's alternate endings, so
yeah, I
yeah,
have
so
heard that.
maybe some of that, but I think in terms of having autonomy over a character, clearly captivated millions of people over and over. There's remastered, and here's some DLCs, and one of the most successful Elder Scrolls game. And you're the dragon, and you're fighting fucking dragons. That's the whole point of it. So I think the Dragonborn from Skyrim was definitely up there, and again the look too. Like, it's not an iconic one because you can feel one,
Right.
you know, but it's how you want to play it.
What about Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2?
I knew you were going to bring him up. I know you've been doing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2. Not as familiar. I've seen clips. I've played around with some demos of it. Tell me more about Arthur Morgan, because I know he is too.
A
One of the
cowboy
most recent one.
outlaw with a conscience. One of the best written redemption art, emotional complexity, in an open world Mr. Classic. The ending's a gut punch. You know what I'm saying? It's Arthur Morgan. You fall in love with the story like most of the RPGs you play. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, I don't know. That might be a hint to who I have on the villain too.
Yeah, I was thinking.
No, we can go. We can talk.
Let's switch it over to villains. Now, we talked about Mario Makes as
Really?
I do. I find him as just kind of the guy. Like, we're gonna make this guy who does all this weird shit and or saves the princess and everything. Bowser, I feel like, just started from just nothing. He's just turtle guy. You jump over, you axe the bridge. He goes into the lava. Like,
But
really
is he
nothing
really a
there.
bad guy?
Well, that gets into some of the like are Peach and Bowser together, and they just got to use the kidnap as a again. I got to get off my ass and go save, quote unquote, save her. She's just trying to spend some time with her bad guy. That's
Every woman loves a bad boy.
I've heard that theory captured quite a lot. I mean, and there's one where you're literally stopping their wedding. Um, which is sort of what I was getting to, where like he starts as just like a dragon, two-dimensional, blah, blah, blah. Um, to you get to Mario 64 and he's, become this giant. There's Giga Bowser, there's Mega, like, um, and I just think when you think of a fire-breathing, dragon-esque villain, and where you're not even trying to beat him, so you're just trying to stop his wedding and and then he's also like a playable character and like some other, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, like whatever. Like, so he's just kind of also part of this world that he's not even a villain. He's just a guy that's you can play. Like he just doesn't make so much just weird shit about him. So and I would say probably the longest running villain of that I can think of anyway.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, if you count him as a villain, then yeah, absolutely one of the long Mario. But since I did say Link, I can't go without saying Ganondorf.
You got Ganondorf.
Timeless evil and multiple reincarnations. You know what I'm saying? One winged Wario energy with actual.
Yeah.
But you know what? Actually, thinking of came with Mario, the original NES. It was Mario and one other game,
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt. Did you ever play Duck Hunt?
I sure did, man.
Okay, so hear me out. That dog is the biggest motherfucking troll villain in history.
I did
would
not even think
laugh
of him as a
every
villain.
single fucking time you miss
And
a
even
shot.
like cover his mouth, like
And they point at you. Motherfucker would point at you. Like, ha ha, you fucker. That motherfucker. Yeah, forgot all about him till you there. That fucking dog is a dick. But
to
you know
have
who else is a fucking dick, though, is Micah Bell. That slimy, backstabbing piece of fucking shit. Every fucking player hated him.
From him. From who?
Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. I don't know anybody likes Micah Bell.
There's a number of
Nobody.
very notable characters from that game when I was seeing if I had missed anything and looking at different characters and stuff. And I was like, oh, that seems like it'd be right down my alley. I don't know. Maybe I gotta pick it up.
It's the Western thing. If you either love it or you hate it, having to be on a horse the whole time.
No fast travel?
No.
Interesting. Okay. So that forces on the world, and yeah. So that's really get into role playing there.
You know who could be a villain? Now that I think about it, because is Joel from The Last of Us.
Well, he's some people's villain.
I mean, hear me out. By the end, isn't he technically like the villain to humanity?
I mean, that's a way you could look at it. That's certainly how what's her face looks at him, Abby or something.
Yeah,
That was her name.
Abby.
Yeah. So, and I guess there's a sort of a philosophical debate of like, should Ellie die? And it's like, well, you can look at that as like a cold logic answer, be like, well, yeah, it's tragic, but she'll save the world with her immunity. But also, it doesn't look like a lot of people are getting infected, getting the infected, or they're fighting each other.
Mhm.
So like, what is she really going to solve? That we've kind of gotten it, we're just not fighting mushrooms anymore or infected. So I don't know, and obviously, he sees her as a daughter. His daughter died. And so he can't make that. He can't. Yeah. So we live, and I think something about him that makes him a fun villain, just in some of the later, like Tears of the Kingdom, it's like a puzzle element to beating him instead of just hedges and the best weapons and the best upgrades and armor, which like plays sort of a part of it. Figure out like mechanisms to get stronger. If just to keep bashing him a few times, like he'll bash you 10 times harder, but there's like always like, if I unlock this, that's sort of the way there. So, and especially at the end of Tears of the Kingdom, he turned to well, how am I supposed to he's flying so
It's
high in the
multiple
air.
reincarnations.
Yep. Yeah, he reincarnates during the final boss fight. You think, oh, this is, you're like, well, fuck, what am I supposed to do now? And very, very interesting ending there. Very like just fantastic. And then I was also kind of thinking, again, also tens of millions of people are probably I've tried to wrestle with is the Lich King from the World of Warcraft series. And so I've been a number of years now, never going back. He kind of transcends where he's like a paladin, he's trying to rid the world of undead, and eventually becomes the thing that he hates of the Lich King, and then goes into World of Warcraft where he is, a major villain. To join with your friends in a group and do the kind of ORG type of battle. There's a lot of writing for him, a lot of like kind of esque where he, becomes what he hates, becomes what he was trying to fight, and so comes to the end for ultimate power. I guess that's why Star Wars is has all the original kind of theory about
Right.
the hero's journey, things like that.
What about Sephiroth, Final
So
Fantasy?
and I actually currently have Final Fantasy very lost. I was like, I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go, but I know Final Fantasy is 7 is regarded as one of the best, and that's where Sephiroth comes in. There's other incarnations of him. I think he's a character in Super Smash.
Mhm.
In terms of Final Fantasy, I mean, like I play like one where you have to fight chaos incarnate, like just and the other one is just it's like a but Sephiroth has a pretty strong character development, I think, behind him. Like that's the first time
Killed
that
a
Final
beloved
Fantasy.
character, Bernal, his theme song alone. I say his. Another one is the Joker from Batman. The
Mhm.
Mark Hamill's voice as the Joker through that.
Mark Hamill is the Joker. Yeah.
Unmanipulative chaos incarnate. I mean, even in death throughout the series, he's still the main fucking character. Can't get more villainish than that, right? Is that even the word?
Mhm.
Villain? Villainish?
Yeah, and I think when you have a character that is in multiple of like a TV show, a movies, games, then that's clearly something people have are going to be at least familiar with them, if not find them as like a great villain. One of the things that I was seeing in some of the Star Wars game, Darth Vader, any different iterations of Star Wars, whether you're playing like, and there's so many, like, there's a lot of like different like novels and stuff of like, it's basically fanfic. Um, but there's kind of the same way with games where there's always Darth Vader kind of pushing something, but you don't see it in the movies. It's like a side story. Echoes of him in like games where like he's gone, but he's never really. And I was like, and then there's some of the newer games where like you are up close and personal with him, so like you are being choked by Darth Vader, and you're like, fuck, how am I gonna? And it's like kind of a cinematic one. But I've started the new um with the Jedi calc is one of those things where he looks like the character because he has all these like uh kind of like tracking sense. So like he looks like him, it moves like he does the moves and then it's in the game. Um and I was like, what is the one where he is being like, choked, being held off the ground? Did he have to act that out? Because he gets, and you say like, oh, like, this guy's a Darth Vader. People are like, wait, who is that? What's he from? Like everyone fucking knows. Um and just he's up there and just turns over many
Were you a Borderlands 2 fan at all?
did not know.
Handsome Jack. That guy, he's hilarious. One of those just hilarious, charming villains, but a fucking complete sociopath. You hate him so much. It's one of those like ones you kind of love. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
There's a kind of attractive quality to it's like I don't know if you'd say, Bowser's a really an attractive villain, but not and I don't mean like they're good looking or whatever, but like where their villains kind of make sense. You're like, I kind of see where they're coming from. Like, and then like, they do something where it's like too
Mass
far.
Effect. Mass Effect. The elusive man. Smokes in space. Things behind the scenes. Every conversation with him is like just crazy.
Yeah. I was
That
on
like you throw in there.
I was on Team Thanos for a while. Yeah. Overpopulation's a problem. Oh, you want to kill people though, instead of like, making resources though. That's I don't know if I get on board. It seems like you could have a very peaceful option, but you're like, I want to do genocide instead. And so um
Maybe next year I have a new villain on my list because
New villain.
you know that I don't know if you saw, but they are finally making a true Halloween video game with Michael Myers.
Ooh.
So it's just true to the
Now I
story. So
wonder
we'll
how
see.
that's out.
Well, it's from the Friday the 13th game. So if you ever played that, I'm
Were they good?
assuming it was good. It
Okay.
was underdeveloped because it was a very low into this one, but we'll see. That could be it. But if so, that'd be a huge villain. Classic movies. Now, clear villain. I mean, given he is in Dead by Daylight as a killer, but I wouldn't consider him a true video game villain. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. So there's some great movie villains, but what those don't do, unless you're talking maybe like a little Freddy versus Jason, it's a little bit of that. But they're not you're not just fighting the villain the whole time. You're mostly running from them, and then maybe setting a trap at the end and trying to get it. So I don't know, like how many hours you put into finally defeating Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, whatever, when like a lot of the movie is running. So like
Well,
minions or
the Friday
whatever,
13th game was built essentially exactly like Dead by Daylight. You're thrown in with a bunch of people, and your objective is to escape
Okay.
before Jason finds and kills everybody. I'm assuming the Halloween game is going to be essentially the fucking same thing.
Okay. So less of an RPG and more of a survival game. Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
All right. I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how you would. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I look into it because I'm feel like I'm just being a hater. I'm just like, well, how would this? It's like, well, maybe I'll just see it, and then we'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe
they released
Michael
a little
Miles.
teaser trailer for it. Said coming 20. Like I
Okay.
said, we'll see how it goes. Who you got on your list?
Well, he had brought up a lot. I think you had said a lot that I had.
I'm gonna say I want to say my biggest one, probably my top one on the list that I could say overall is Albert Wesker, Resident Evil. The wearing sunglasses inside. I mean, come on, man. No matter what time of day or night, super speed, corporate evil, literal virus, the king of cheesy evil done right. They even made the movies. He's in Dead by Daylight as a killer. I mean, the Resident Evil game is, of course, is a standalone. I mean, that's the main part, but come on. Can't get much more villainish than that. I'll make my own word if it's not a word. Ish.
One that I thought was really iconic, and I haven't played the game. We've talked about it a little bit before. Are the Pyramid Heads?
Ooh, okay.
And where I don't think there's a
Silent
lot of
Hill?
on Silent Hill. Yeah. And again, I don't know if there's a lot of like story behind them, but it
Lore.
yeah, which again I don't think a lot exists. But just kind of as like a one of the most terrifying kind of creatures there are, where it's just I'm gonna be a pyramid you with a big fucking club. Like
He's a killer in Dead by Daylight too. Dude, he's fun as hell to play. Cage of Atonement. Yeah.
I don't know how that's a very imaginative villain.
Well, if you don't have any others, then that only means one fucking thing.
Are you becoming your honor?
Ladies and gentlemen, levelers, and all you herb aficionados tuning in, welcome to High Court, where the only thing higher than the stakes is us. You've heard the case. Now it's time to spark the debate. Step right up to the only courtroom where the jury's high, the judge is confused, and the verdict is always blazed. This is High Court.
All right, levelers. Welcome back to High Court. Sticking with the theme of today's show, should villains always be redeemable or should they stay evil? There's pros and cons, right? There's pros and cons. Redemption arcs give villains depth.
Right.
If Darth Vader, because you brought this up earlier, Star Wars, if Darth Vader can change, so can that guy who shot your fucking dog in the prologue. It makes the
Don't shoot
story
my
hit
dog.
harder. You know what I'm saying? The animals are rough. I don't want to go there, but I had to. What do you think?
I think that's a good question. I think sometimes, depending on how the story is written and how it plays out, and if there's like a role playing aspect, how what kind of role. I think that their share, so we talked about Bowser. He's kind of like a silly guy, you pop in one Mario game, he's the biggest, baddest dude. You pop in another, he's playing tennis with you. He doesn't need a redemption arc with three-dimensional both and emotionally characters. I think that adds a twist to it. I thought I was here to kick ass, and maybe in the game ring, I'm gonna kill a lot of weird, gross shit. I don't need a redemption arc for the Elder
Try.
Beast.
You forgot the word try.
Try,
You forgot the word try.
and fail a lot. Fail a hell of a lot. Dude, I don't need to see something redeemed,
You know,
you know, especially if the whole point
I
is
got
to
a story.
change
I
the
don't want to.
world.
I need to interrupt here.
No, tell me.
This Elden Ring brought up a story over the weekend. I told you I had a cookout. I went to a cookout,
Right.
and what it was is it was a cookout for one of the. It was getting all the guys from the gym together with their spouses at his house for a cookout. You
Okay.
know, good time. While I'm there, I'm getting to know his. We'll call him. I'm getting to know Sam's wife. Wife tells me, "Oh, he wasn't around somebody else, and we're sitting there just having a conversation." And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "I play video." We were talking about video games. She's a big gamer, and she said he is too. And I'm like, "Oh, really? What's he playing?" She's like, "He loves Elden Ring." And
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay." So cut to the chase. 15 minutes later, I was walking up to him, and I'm like, You play Elden Ring, huh?" And she's standing right beside of him, and he looks at me, and he goes, "No," and I'm like, "Oh." And she looked at him, and she looked back at him. "Yeah." And he goes, "Don't I quit playing that game because I couldn't do shit in it. I was getting killed every 5 seconds."
Ain't that a common story? Jeez.
I lost it. I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "I feel your pain, bro." I was like, "Oh," I had to, it was hilarious. It was a hilarious moment.
I mean, yeah, I certainly put that game down and would say, fuck no, I don't play that game. That's just a ridiculous difficulty. Um,
It's
until I,
rough.
came back to it a few times and eventually was like, oh, I know how to play this now.
But I think, man,
Yeah.
some villains are born chaotic. You know what I mean? Let evil be evil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not everything needs a sad backstory or like a redemption playlist. Sometimes the bad guy just wants to fucking watch it all fucking burn. That's okay in a video game. In a video game, that's
I don't
okay.
I don't know if the Joker, speaking of someone who wants to watch it all burn, can be redeemed. Like what would he have to do to be like, I'm a good person? Go from chaotic evil to chaotic good.
I think there are lines that once you cross in the villain world, there's
Yeah.
no coming back from.
Yeah,
Darth
for sure.
Vader's an exception. Story,
Destroy a planet.
you know.
But that was Darth Vader. That wasn't Anakin Skywalker.
So,
But
but the Joker, man, that'd be a
yeah.
tough one. I really don't know what he could. The only thing would be sacrificing himself.
Which
And
doesn't seem to jive with who he is as a person.
yeah, that would never happen
Yeah,
unless it was for Harley in some type of way.
maybe.
That'd be the only way I could see it. But that ship
Yeah.
sailed. That ain't happening.
Yeah. So yes, and especially if the villain, if they're existing and how what they're doing is, and you stopping that is your main objective. Oh well, like there's no real like consolation or everything's fine. It's kind of like I gotta stop him because that's my job. That's my main goal, and I'm here to kill him. I'm here to like save the world. And I'm saving by ending something else. And then have like, oh well, like they're sacrifice, and not everyone can be redeemable, nor every villain should be redeemable.
I'm going to say it's pretty much exactly how I feel. You got any final
Right.
thoughts for the show, man? You know what else? I thought of another villain. I'm gonna say it's real. Get to the
Yeah.
final thought. In you fucking spawn peakers in Rainbow Six Siege. Fuck y'all villains. Fucking spomps.
Sometimes the biggest villains are real people we play with.
Yeah.
Sometimes the biggest villain in the world with an overdeveloped vocabulary playing Call of Duty.
No, that's one of the reasons I quit playing Call of Duty, man. Wild. That's one
Right.
reason I actually really like Rainbow Six Siege is because you don't ever talk to the enemy team. You don't hear from anybody. Unless it's your own team. You cannot communicate with the enemy team.
Yeah.
Throughout none of it. The beginning, the end, not one bit. So shit. Besides your
Yeah.
own team.
Some people, that's like a
You ever
sport
played
for
it?
them. I have not played no, on Rainbow Six
Really?
Siege.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's fun as hell.
I've heard good things about it, especially when it came out. That's gotta be, yeah, you're saying that's an old game though, right?
Dude.
I feel like I remember the commercials for it when it was coming out.
Yeah, 10.
Damn.
And then they just revamped. This was the 10-year anniversary. That's what it was. And they just the whole thing. And it's the server, dude. I mean, I'm just the whole thing with it. Like the servers are solid. You know, everything's solid. You don't have the. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be hackers in there. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't ran into much on PC lobby, which is the worst for that type of shit.
Right.
Been fun. I've enjoyed it. Did you ever get Dead by Daylight? We need to play this.
Just did an update for it, so it's playable now.
There's 2v8 right now going on, a special game mode. You know what I'm saying? Like we can play. You can play 2 killers versus 8 survivors. That's the special game mode right now. It's fun as hell. That's what I've been playing some of it
Yeah.
too.
I was talking about it with a guy at work, and he's like, "Oh my god, that," or he was actually listening to the podcast. He was telling me, he's like, "Oh man, that guy had to explain Dead by Daylight to you." Like, he's like, "That's such a great game." I don't play
It
a lot of
is. It's
games,
good.
but I play Dead by Daylight, and I was like, "All right, man, well, shit."
The chill game. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not chill. It'll fucking give you anxiety as
Right.
fuck, but
The opposite
it
of
is.
chill. Yeah.
But it is, especially if you have other people playing.
Yeah. It's fun. It's like a fun social one.
But even solo's fine because it's not meant to be talkative. You're not meant to talk to others. All right, man. Final thoughts.
Hey man, whether you love to hate some of these villains or love to love the heroes, there's some real OGs out there that we talked about, but always down to see who's going to be the next new villain, the next iconic hero. There's always new shit coming out, so we'll keep our eyes peeled for that, man.
Well, levelers, today we explored the characters that made gaming unforgettable. Those you'd follow into battle, those you still low-key fear when the music changes. And half the time, we're not even sure which one's really the one we're rooting for. That's it for this week. Whether you're rolling with the heroes or vibing with the villains, remember, every epic story needs both. And hey, don't forget to share your picks. Who's your all-time favorite hero or villain? Hit us up, highlevelchronicles.com, social media at HLC Podcast 420. You already know we'll read some of the wildest ones on the next show if you send them in. So until then, stay leveled up. We are out.
Thanks for listening, Chronicles. See you next time.